You might think your meals are harmless, even healthy, but every single day, millions of people over 60 are quietly damaging their arteries without knowing it. I've seen it too many times in my clinic patients who feel perfectly fine one day, only to suffer a stroke or heart emergency the next. The truth is, some of the most common foods in your kitchen can act like a slow-moving traffic jam inside your arteries. They trigger inflammation, raise cholesterol, and build up plaque that narrows the pathways your blood needs to reach your brain. Over time, this blockage can cut off oxygen and cause a sudden, devastating stroke. What makes this even more dangerous is how ordinary these foods seem. They're in breakfasts, lunches, and snacks we've eaten for decades. Some are even marketed as healthy, yet they work against your heart and brain every single day. And when you're over 60, your arteries are already more vulnerable, which means the wrong food choices can speed up damage dramatically. The good news is, once you know what these foods are and how they harm your circulation, you can take simple steps to protect yourself. In this video, I'll reveal the 4 everyday foods most likely to clog your arteries, explain the science behind their impact, and give you clear, practical swaps you can start using right away. By the end, you'll have the tools to keep your arteries clear, your brain sharp, and your risk of stroke as low as possible. I'm Dr. Ethan Wells, and for more than a decade, I've dedicated my medical career to helping seniors protect their heart, brain, and overall health. I've worked with patients in their 60-second, 70-second, 80-second, and beyond, people who want to stay independent, active, and mentally sharp for as long as possible. Over the years, I've seen a clear pattern. The food we eat every day can either be our strongest ally or our greatest enemy when it comes to preventing strokes and heart disease. Many seniors believe that if they take their medication and keep an eye on their blood pressure, they're safe. But the reality is, if your diet is quietly clogging your arteries, you could be building up a problem that no pill can undo. Stroke is still one of the top causes of disability and death worldwide, and once it happens, recovery can be long, difficult, and incomplete. That's why prevention is so important, and prevention starts in the kitchen. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 common foods that contribute most to artery blockage, explain why they're harmful in simple, easy-to-understand terms, and show you what to eat instead. These swaps aren't about strict diets or giving up everything you love. They're about making smarter choices that still taste great, but give your arteries a chance to stay clear and healthy. To understand why certain foods can lead to a stroke, you first need to know what happens inside your arteries over time. Your arteries are like flexible highways, carrying oxygen-rich blood from your heart to every part of your body, especially your brain. But as we age, those highways can start to narrow. Tiny injuries to the artery walls caused by high blood pressure, smoking, excess sugar, or unhealthy fats allow cholesterol and other substances to stick. Over months and years, these deposits form a thick, sticky buildup called plaque. Plaque doesn't just sit there quietly. It makes your arteries less flexible, forcing your heart to pump harder to push blood through. Even worse, if part of that plaque breaks off, it can create a sudden blockage like a car crash that shuts down traffic completely. When this happens in the arteries leading to your brain, the blood flow stops, and brain cells begin to die within minutes. That's a stroke. The foods we eat every day play a major role in how quickly this process happens. Diets high in saturated fats, trans fats, added sugars, and excessive sodium speed up plaque formation and keep inflammation high. For seniors, this is especially dangerous because natural aging already causes arteries to stiffen. Combine that with the wrong foods, and your risk of a heart attack or stroke skyrockets. The encouraging news? Just as certain foods can speed up artery damage, others can slow it down or even help keep your arteries clear. And that's exactly why identifying and replacing the worst offenders is such a powerful step toward protecting your health after 60. 1. Processed meats. Let's start with one of the biggest hidden dangers: processed meats. This includes bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, salami, and even certain smoked or cured meats. These foods are not just high in sodium, they also contain nitrates and nitrites, which are preservatives that help them last longer and keep that pink color. While they might make the food look appetizing, these compounds can form harmful substances in your body called nitrosamines. Over time, nitrosamines damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries, a layer we call the endothelium, making it easier for cholesterol to stick and plaque to form. The saturated fat in these meats adds fuel to the fire by raising LDL cholesterol, the sticky kind that clogs arteries. For someone over 60, the damage can happen faster because arteries naturally lose elasticity with age. Imagine a garden hose that's starting to harden. Any debris inside will cause more blockage than it would in a flexible hose. That's what processed meats do to your blood vessels. I had a patient in his late 62nd, retired, healthy weight, non-smoker, but he loved his bacon every morning and deli sandwiches for lunch. His cholesterol wasn't extremely high, but years of this habit led to significant plaque buildup. One morning, a small piece of plaque broke loose and caused a mild stroke. He was lucky to recover with only minor speech issues, but his diet had to change drastically. Better choice. Replace processed meats with fresh poultry, fish, or plant-based proteins. If you crave that savory flavor, try roasting chicken breast with herbs or making a tuna salad with Greek yogurt instead of mayo. Save processed meats for rare occasions, not daily staples. Your arteries will thank you. 2. Refined carbs and pastries. Next is something many people don't associate with heart or brain health: refined carbohydrates. Foods like white bread, pastries, donuts, muffins, and even many breakfast cereals break down into sugar quickly once you eat them. This causes rapid spikes in your blood sugar, forcing your body to release insulin to bring it back down. Over time, these constant spikes and drops cause inflammation inside your arteries, the same kind of irritation that makes it easier for cholesterol and plaque to stick. For seniors, blood sugar control is especially important. Poor blood sugar management not only increases stroke risk, but also accelerates cognitive decline. In fact, research shows that people with pre-diabetes or diabetes have a much higher risk of both stroke and dementia. And here's the tricky part. Many refined carbs are marketed as healthy or low-fat, which can make you think they're safe. But low-fat doesn't mean low sugar. Better choice. Choose whole grains like oats, brown rice, whole wheat bread, and quinoa. These have fiber, which slows sugar absorption, prevents sharp spikes, and helps lower cholesterol. I often tell my patients, if the bread is soft and white like cake, it's probably not doing your arteries any favors. Free. Deep-fried foods. Now, let's talk about deep-fried foods: French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, tempura, you name it. The problem isn't just the calories. The oils used in deep frying are often cheap vegetable oils that become oxidized when heated to high temperatures. This oxidation produces free radicals, unstable molecules that damage artery walls and make plaque buildup more likely. Even worse, many fried foods contain trans fats, especially if they're cooked in partially hydrogenated oils. Trans fats not only raise LDL cholesterol, but also lower HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that helps clear plaque from your arteries. For seniors, this is a double hit. You're adding more blockage while also removing your body's natural cleanup crew. One patient I treated loved fried chicken twice a week for dinner. His blood work showed high LDL and very low HDL, even though he wasn't overweight. After we cut fried foods and switched to oven-baked chicken, his cholesterol levels improved within months. Better choice. Use an air fryer or bake your favorite foods in the oven. You can coat chicken or vegetables with a thin layer of olive oil and seasoning to get that crispy texture without the artery damage. 4. Sugary drinks. Finally, sugary drinks, soda, Sweet tea, fruit punch, energy drinks, and even some bottled smoothies can be more harmful than you think. These beverages flood your bloodstream with sugar in minutes, spiking triglyceride levels and triggering inflammation. High triglycerides are a major contributor to arterial plaque. The problem with liquid sugar is that it doesn't fill you up, so you can drink hundreds of calories without feeling satisfied. Many of my patients don't realize that sweet tea or soda can have 10 to 12 spoons of sugar, more than your body can process without storing the excess as fat, much of which can line your arteries. For seniors, sugary drinks are especially risky because they can worsen insulin resistance, making it harder for your body to control blood sugar and cholesterol at the same time. This creates the perfect storm for a stroke. Better choice. Drink water. Sparkling water with lemon or berries or herbal tea. If you crave sweetness, try infusing your water with fresh fruit slices. It's refreshing, flavorful, and won't clog your arteries. If there's one thing I've learned from over a decade of treating seniors, it's this. You can't out-medicate a bad diet. Pills can lower blood pressure and cholesterol, but they can't undo years of artery damage from the wrong foods. The real power is in prevention, and prevention starts with what you put on your plate. Here's how I want you to think about it. Every meal is either clearing your arteries or clogging them. It's like traffic on a highway. Add too many obstacles, and sooner or later, there's going to be a jam. But if you keep the lanes open, the cars, or in this case, your blood can flow smoothly to every part of your body, including your brain. You don't have to cut all these foods out forever, but you do have to change the balance. If you've been eating processed meats 5 days a week, try cutting back to once every 2 weeks. If your morning starts with white bread or pastries, swap them for oatmeal or whole grain toast 3 days a week, then make it the new normal. When you make these changes, don't just focus on removing the bad, focus on adding the good. Eat more foods rich in omega-3 second like salmon or walnuts to reduce inflammation. Add berries and leafy greens for antioxidants that protect your artery walls. Include beans and lentils for fiber that helps lower cholesterol naturally. And here's a habit I recommend to all my patients. Once a week, do a heart check on your grocery cart. Look at everything you've picked up and ask, will this help my arteries or hurt them? Over time, this one small question can completely change the way you eat and dramatically lower your stroke risk. Remember, your goal isn't just to live longer, it's to stay independent, clear-minded, and full of energy for as many years as possible. The choices you make today will shape how you feel 5, 10, even 20 years from now. And it all starts with the food you choose next. If you take just one thing from today's video, let it be this. Stroke prevention is not a mystery. It's not something that happens by luck. It's the direct result of the small daily choices you make, especially when it comes to what you eat. Processed meats, refined carbs, deep-fried foods, and sugary drinks may seem harmless in the moment, but over months and years, they silently damage your arteries, making it easier for a blockage to form and cut off blood supply to your brain. The good news is, you have the power to change that starting right now. Every time you choose a heart-friendly alternative grilled salmon instead of bacon, whole grains instead of white bread, oven-baked veggies instead of fries, herbal tea instead of soda, you are opening up your arteries, reducing inflammation, and protecting your brain. These choices don't just lower your stroke risk, they improve your energy, your mood, and your quality of life. I've seen patients in their 60-second, 70-second, even 80-second turn their health around by making these changes. It's never too late to start. And the best time to take care of your arteries is before there's a problem, because once a stroke happens, there's no guarantee of full recovery. So here's my challenge to you. Over the next week, pick one of these 4 foods to cut back on and replace it with a healthier option. Then watch how your body responds: more energy, better digestion, maybe even improved blood pressure. Small steps lead to big results when you take them consistently. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from protecting their heart and brain health. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll be the first to know when I share my next senior health tip. Together, we can make your golden years truly healthy years.